Welcome into the first goofy rebuild of Madden 25, where today we are going to be doing a channel classic. We are going to be rebuilding a team of the worst players possible in Madden, a bunch of 12 overalls, which somehow equals 0 overall, because that makes sense. And if you've never seen one of these before, it might sound insane, but our goal by the end of this is to turn this from a 0 overall team to the best roster in the league. Now, obviously that won't be easy, but that's what makes it fun. And we are gonna see just how good we can make this team by the end of this. So buckle in, get your drinks, get your snacks, get whatever, and super quick, if you wanna see me do another goofy rebuild, or even another 0 overall rebuild with, you know, a twist to it, as I've done millions of times on the channel, then be sure to leave a like on the video to let me know, and if we can get to 3,000 likes, it'll let me know y'all wanna see that. That's been my goal lately. It seems like we're gonna hit that. I mean, it's only been like a day, so I'm just assuming, but it sounds stupid, but it really does help out the channel. And subscribe if you haven't already, because if you like Madden rebuilds, that's literally all I do on the channel. Trying to hit 100K by the end of the year. And you know, we have the perpetual goal, I don't know if I used that word right, of 10 million subscribers. And whenever we hit that, you can be an OG of the channel, so be sure to subscribe. And very last thing, let me know any fun rebuild ideas y'all have down below, specifically 0 overall rebuild ideas. And you know, if I use your suggestion, I'll give you a shout out. But that's enough plug-in, that's enough yapping. Let's get into more yapping, and let's finally get into this rebuild. There isn't much else we have to set up with this team, so let's just get straight to the midseason point of year number 1. I mean, we could honestly just get to the end of the year if we want to. I'll check in with the team at the midseason and set our scouting and everything, but let's get to the end of this first year, and I always tell y'all to make the prediction. How many points per game do you think we're gonna let up? We are the Cowboys, and the Cowboys, if you haven't played franchise before, are broken in this game. I'm gonna predict we're only gonna let up 68 points per game. I don't want to go 69. That's cringe. I'll go 68. I'm probably horribly wrong, but leave your prediction down in the comments for points per game. Let's get to the end of the year, and we will see what happens. Oh my god, what a prediction. There's no way to... I didn't cheat. You can't cheat and make points per game happen. What a call. I say this a lot, but this is maybe the most I've ever meant it. I know this game too well. I wish I didn't know it as well as I did. The reason I guess 68 is because normally your defense allows 78-ish points per game when you use a 0 overall team, but we're the Cowboys, and I mean, I explained this earlier, there's no point in me explaining it again. The Cowboys are broken. I sound insane right now. I sound like a conspiracy theorist, but I knew it. So I figured, oh, it would probably be about 10 less than usual, because this playbook's way too good, and that was a good call. Should I go over the stats? You know what? I feel like there'll be people here that haven't seen as many of these 0 overall rebuilds, and if you... What did that say? Okay, we'll get to that in a second. I forgot what I was talking about, but Deuce Vaughn actually threw a touchdown pass, 740 yards, a touchdown, and only 48 picks. I say only, but I've seen 60 something before. Have I seen 70? I don't know, but I don't know that I've ever seen a 0 overall QB throw a touchdown pass. That's interesting. Of course, negative rushing yards, but not that negative. I've seen like negative 300 before. What is up with the Cowboys in this game? The receiving yards weren't great. I've seen more than this. I always love when this happens. Kavontae Turpin only allowed 1 sack as a right guard. Look at any rebuild I've ever done. This doesn't happen with actual good overall right guards or any good overall linemen in general. I don't want to start this out complaining about the game, but like, yeah, we had a lot of tackles. That's cool. We actually had TFL 7 for Trey Lance. Interesting. But no sacks, no picks, no B words. I'm trying to swear less, but something interesting. I don't know if it maxed out or if this is the exact number. We allowed no, this is the exact number. That's insane. We allowed exactly 10,000 yards on defense. That might be the weirdest thing I've ever seen in this game, other than predicting the points per game exactly. 10,000 exactly. That is interesting. Also, 1,100 points. Yeah, I guess that adds up, and we probably allow more than that in most of these 0 overall rebuilds, the first year at least. But all right, first year over. Let's get into the good part. I guess I can't say good part for sure, or you know, exclusively the good part, because it's always interesting to see how a 0 overall team does. But let's get into fixing this team, and let's see how free agency is. It should be a much better free agent class than most of my rebuilds towards the end of Madden 24, so we could actually do some fun stuff here. I've been ignoring all these storylines. They won't do anything for us. It looks like we signed some practice squad guys, up to a whole 23 overall now. Huge. But we're obviously not gonna re-sign anyone, believe it or not. I mean, I know that's kind of crazy, but, you know, believe it or not, these players aren't our long-term options. But in free agency, it's all right. Ooh, I do see one player I really want, Chase Young. Never mind, I don't want him. He had 3 sacks this last year. I'll pass. How about a running back, though? Because as I've said a million times, running back might be the most important position in Madden for some reason. In real life, you can get by with just a fine running back. In Madden, you need a top tier or you won't do well. I mean, you can do well still, but it makes it so much easier if you have like especially Bijan Robinson is always the example I give because he's just cracked in this game. Same with Josh Jacobs and Jonathan Taylor. All these running backs are gonna do so poorly though. I mean, it's definitely worth signing one over having either a rookie or a 12 overall, God forbid, but how about Chuba Hubbard? We'll hope to upgrade over him even, but it'd be better than whatever we would have. Mac Jones. You know, I've thought about using a different strategy for 0 overall rebuilds before, which would be really weird. Not weird, but maybe even a good strategy where you don't draft QB year 1, you build up the team first, especially the offense, and then you add a QB the next year. Basically, the good strategy in real life that typically works well. Don't throw a quarterback into the fire. It wouldn't just be fire here, it would be a volcano with whatever 12 overall players are around him here. Should we do that, and should we just sign Mac Jones and then draft a QB next year? I don't know, I've already set QB as our focus position for the draft. We're already kinda locked in there, but it's something to think about for the next 0 overall rebuild I do. Ooh, wait, is Joe Tryon still insane in this game? I don't know, he barely played. I mean, he's not insane. He also ended up on the Falcons. I guess they traded him or something and then he didn't even play. I don't know, maybe they just cut him. He consistently gets about 8 sacks in Madden 24, which is like good for real life, but unless you have like either Micah Parsons, Myles Garrett, or I guess TJ Watt, it's hard for players on your team to get really any sacks at all most of the time. Joe Tryon is kind of an exception. I might just take the chance here. He wants a 4-year deal. How about a 2-year deal? I don't want to commit to that, but we'll try to bring him in here. But we're actually gonna go for a surprising amount of free agents. We're gonna try to get the team off the ground running. Is that the saying? I don't know. I don't think I've ever used it, surprisingly, but it's something like that. We're gonna try to be decent year 1. Now, it's gonna be very hard because there are so many holes to fill. Pause. But like, we literally need to fix every position. That's not something you can really do in one off season, but we're gonna try to be maybe decent next year, which maybe isn't the best strategy now that I think about it. Because usually what you want to do is be bad in year 2 and then get really good draft picks again. I don't know. We'll try something different here. Let's switch it up. We'll see if this works too. Building maybe a decent team already. But Paulson Adebo, Spencer Brown, Elijah Moore, Drew Dahlman, Chuba Hubbard, Joe Tryon, and Jedrick Wills are going to be all our signings. Let's see who we can get. Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay. We get the 3 I cared almost the least about, other than Hubbard, but we get Drew Dahlman, Chuba Hubbard, Jedrick Wills. Paulson Adebo goes to the Texans. That sucks. I don't know if we're going to get Spencer Brown. Okay, maybe we have to abort our plan already, because I don't want to go very player-friendly for Spencer Brown. Elijah Moore, we got passed up. Okay, maybe we'll just go for Joe Tryon. If he even wants to sign. He doesn't. Whatever. Let's just get to the draft. I don't care if Joe Tryon signs, honestly. But here in the draft, we have to remember to manually pause the draft, even though I turned off the draft clock, or else it'll pick for me, which I learned real quick when that happened last time. I mean, it worked out. We got a really good tackle, but whatever. But this is a very interesting situation we're in. So obviously my strategy in fantasy drafts, in 0 overall rebuilds, is always to trade down year 1, because you know we have the number 1 pick that gets a ton of value. What we need to do is fill out the team, and that helps fill out the team so much. So that's usually the strategy, and I'm still thinking about that being the strategy. But this year there is a top 5 talent quarterback, so that kind of changes things. Ooh, I will say though, is already 23, which in real life, who cares? I mean, well, it's not really who cares, but you know, you want to shoot for younger players in real life just because, you know, they have even more room to grow. But in Madden, it matters so much more, it seems like. Is there a first round talent QB? No, there's a 2 to 3, and then there are a bunch of day 3s. Wow, these QBs suck. They're like projected to go pretty high too. 2 day 3s in the first round isn't great out of 4. It's either Kyle Kavanaugh or nothing. If we want to go with a QB, this name is still here. Carruthers. Who has the last name Carruthers in real life? I don't know how to say it right, and it bothers me. Ooh, I focus scouted this guy. Karifi Floyd? Never seen that name before. Karifi. But first round talent projected to go around 3 to 4. Would it be absolutely insane to trade down when there's a top 5 QB on the board? I don't think so. If he was 21, I would take him no brainer, but he's 23. It's going to be hard to develop him. Do the Steelers need a quarterback here? Or did Justin Fields work out? Did Russell Wilson work out? What happened with the Steelers here? Because that's my big determining factor. QB's a need. They have Fields, but they would definitely take the QB. Would they take him at number 1 though? They need left end and left tackle more. There are left ends and left tackles. Now wait a minute. We might be able to get away with trading down pretty far. The Panthers shouldn't need a QB. The Texans shouldn't need a QB. The Seahawks could. I'm really trying to big brain this, and I know it's gonna backfire and I'm gonna be really sad about it. I still want to try to do something goofy here to try to get the QB. How bad do the ooh, okay, it's the Seahawks number 2 need. But Geno didn't really regress too much. Oh yeah, the Seahawks are my first custom rating team that I'm done with, so overalls are a little different from them, or for them, and obviously they've developed and regressed here, but the farthest we can trade down is with the Texans, but there is still a chance the Steelers take the QB. We'll take the chance. I mean, it's not that risky. If we don't get the QB, we don't get the QB. We'll probably just trade down again, but let's trade down to 5 first. Okay, we're gonna get their first, second, and their first next year, which I didn't even question. Why do the Texans have a top 5 pick? What? The rest of the teams maybe make sense. You know, Patriots, Steelers, I think the Steelers will be pretty good, but Panthers, maybe. The Cardinals and Titans being up here, maybe, but it's a certified EA moment. But you know what? I'm going to build suspense. Let's sim this pick by pick. So the Texans obviously won't take the QB. It's going to make me I don't want to look at Roger Goodell. Never mind. Let's just get to our pick. Okay, the quarterback is still available. We could risk it and trade down again, but like I said, I think the Seahawks would pick him because they don't need any of these guys at all. So we'll take him here. Kyle Kavanaugh, we got the best of both worlds. We traded down and get the top 5 talent QB. I think that was the best I could have played that if I wanted this guy. Watch him suck. Okay, he's ranked 5. We got him at number 5, so unlucky that he's ranked the worst out of... he's ranked the worst he could be. Also doesn't look like him as per usual. But what's the dev trait? Hidden dev, thankfully. I'm scarred. I've taken some good QBs in the top 5 that have some normal dev traits, so thankfully he isn't one of those. But now in round 2, the first pick of round 2, what do we want to do here? There's a lot of different... I mean, there's almost anything. Any position could be a plan. Okay, wait a minute. I might have found the guy. Larry Grant looks insane. What was his combine? Okay, I wouldn't call a 4.46. Like, I don't know if that should be great speed, elite acceleration. I mean, that's good for a safety. That is definitely good for his size, though, at 223. But he also has elite jumping, great change of direction, and just look at those ratings. Oh my god. This might be one of the better safeties I've ever seen. Nah, I've definitely seen some crazier ones, but before I get too crazy with my prediction, I think it's pretty safe to say he's an 80-something overall. We'll take him. I didn't even bother to look at the rest of the class. Maybe I should have, but I just saw him and I was like, that's an easy decision. Shown the GOAT Mikey McDingle, or at least Mikey McDing now. Thanks EA. Ranked number 4 in true value. Got him at number 3. Good pick there. Now at number 37, we could even take the receiver here already if we really wanted to. I mean, it would still be worth it, but we'll try to hold out until round 3. I am a little scared of him getting picked, but we'll see. Who's this though? Dwayne Bright. Ooh, wait a minute. Okay, I don't love the catch in traffic, but A-spec catch, B short route, B medium route, B catching. Elite acceleration, great agility, great strength. Unfortunately, I didn't see any amazing guards this year. I wonder if they kind of took that away from Madden 23. Or Madden 23. Good. I'm living in the fog. It's Madden 25. I wonder if they took that away from Madden 25. Although, I don't know, there are some pretty good looking centers here. I focus scouted Bruce Brewer. Awesome name. That's not going to get annoying to say at all. First to second round talent, so we'll take him at some point, maybe. But if we want to take him, we might have to take him here or take either Bright or Floyd here and then Brewer round 3. That might be what we do. You know what also could be a strategy? I always have the issue in rebuilds of having good pass rushers, like good overall pass rushers, but they just play like garbage. I wonder if we should try to get that issue out of the way early and try to find a good pass rusher here, but it might be too late. Usually all the good ones are gone by now, so I don't know. I'm immediately second guessing that. There are some really good corners too. I focus scouted Ben Coles, first round talent. We don't have enough picks, man. Should we trade down again and pick up an extra third? I think we should. Absolutely. Because I want Floyd, I want Brewer, and I want Coles, the 3 players I focus scouted. I have some pretty good focus scouting, I guess. I don't know. All 3 are first round talents. I guess one's first to second, so he could be early second, but either way, that would still be good in the third round. Where do we want to trade down to, though? Where do we think is the happy medium of being able to get a third round pick for the trade down, but also not missing out on any of the players? Like trading down far enough to get a third, but have a good enough third to not miss any of them. All right, I don't know if this is going to be good enough of a pick, but we're trading down from, what were we, 37? I can still almost see it in the background of this, but it's blocking it. Again, I don't know why they made the background for trades so transparent, but it's kind of weird. But we're getting the Giants second, obviously, and then pick, I think it's 83. Don't know if that's going to be good enough to get the players we want, but I guess we'll find out. We'll have to see like who's ranked where on the board too. But pick 51, first let's go with Karifi Floyd. I wonder if that playmaker receiver was better, but either way, I mean, we're getting a first round talent. Karifi Floyd out of USF. No idea if I'm saying that name right or if I'm reading it right. Yeah, that's about what it looks like. We'll take him. Ranked, I thought it was number 4, ranked 15 and got him at 51. A+ pick. We're crushing this draft. I mean, it's not too hard when it literally tells you how good the players are, but I guess at least the safety was a good pick. I mean, I focus scouted these guys, so it still counts. But now early third, or not just early third, the first pick of the third, let's go with Ben Coles, a very good looking corner. Out of Colorado, ran a 4.39. I didn't even know that when I focus scouted him. Great speed, elite acceleration, but B awareness, A-man, B zone. Yeah, we'll pick him. Ranked number 17, got him at 65. No dev trait though, that sucks. So he's probably like a 76. I mean, we'll still take that, obviously, but would have loved a dev trait there. He's never going to become a good player, unfortunately. I mean, he'll be decent, but it's going to be hard for him to ever be more than that. Is the center still here? Isn't. Okay, that sucks, but oh, offensive line overall doesn't matter at all in Madden. You can, I mean, you literally saw it. You can put 0 overalls out there and they'll do better than your good overall players. So what's the point? Why bother? I mean, it depends on the position on the O-line, but still, the fact that it can happen at all is maybe the worst thing in this game. I know it's kind of a niche thing, but like, I'm surprised it doesn't get pointed out more on like a broader scale. It's crazy. Anyways, though, I'm trying to suppress the complaining. I'm failing, but I'm trying. I feel the need to make every pick in this draft, which I guess I could. It would just be long. But let's see, we might go with Mike Young at linebacker. Is pretty young, great speed, and I like the A playrec, A awareness. I almost said playrec again because I read awareness and I said playrec, and then I read playrec and then almost said playrec. For context, I normally record my videos at either 9 in the morning or like 4 or 5 p.m. if I'm gonna upload it the next day. It is 11:30 p.m., which isn't that late, but it is late to be playing Madden, I'll tell you that. Mike Young, we're gonna take him. That was almost a perfect pick. Not like perfect, but ranked 84, got him at 83, so whatever. I figured he wasn't great. I thought he could be a little better than that, but 89 speed, 88 excel, hidden dev. Sure, why not? Ooh, and let's go with Alex Callaway. I have no idea if he's good. Tight end is one of my like worst positions to scout, just because I don't draft tight ends much, but great strength, great speed, great agility, A awareness. I don't know if he's amazing, but I think he'll be about fair, maybe a good pick. It's hard to say, he's barely scouted. Well, why is Roger Goodell coming up? I can never figure it out. It seems random. He's ranked 81, got him at 97. All right, we're picking players in the 80s now. I think it's time for me to hang it up. No, I got one more in me. I'll take our 5th round pick. This is like the most picks I've ever shown in a draft before. You know what I should look for? Is there a good blocking tight end? Ooh, maybe. Ooh, wait a minute. Okay, there is Jeff Malone, which I've said it before. I hate how that name's spelled. Always have, always will. And then Anthony Beltran. Do either of you have elite strength? No, only solid for Malone. Okay. Ooh, Beltran does. Wait a minute. Okay, he might be a good player. We'll see. I mean, do we need to double up on tight ends when we have so many other needs? No, but I want Anthony Beltran. What can I say? Quit coming. I don't want to look at you. Okay, that wasn't a great pick. I mean, it was fine. Ranked 123, got him at 129. There are definitely better players I could be picking. I just get focused on a position and I'm like, is there anyone decent here? And if I find someone decent, I pick them. Not the best strategy, but it's a strategy. All right, I'm done. I need to retire. Let's look at the draft recap. I say as I'm going to pick another player. Evan Howard, you look kind of bad, but you have elite traits and a short route. Did I say ranked 23? Did I make a good pick? Let's go. All right, now I'm done. That's my send off. Oh wait, that was our last pick anyways. I literally made every pick. Okay, very, very, very good draft class. So Kyle Kavanaugh, 79 overall, is gonna hopefully be our QB of the future. We put a decent situation around him. I mean, as decent as you can be for being a 0 overall the year before. 94, but 95 throw power, 91 short accuracy, and 86 medium accuracy, but only 74 deep. What's the point of having 94 or 95 throw power then? I mean, you can zip the ball in there quick. You know, one of the bonuses is being able to throw it super deep. And he doesn't really have that yet, but hopefully he can develop that. Looks kind of mid other than those ratings. Larry Grant, I was hoping he could be as high as like an 83, but only an 80, which is still obviously really good, especially for where we got him. He was what, ranked 4? We got him at 33. So yeah, he's great. I think we're gonna play him at free safety. I think free safety matters more in Madden. But Karifi Floyd, 78 overall hidden dev. I don't know how I feel about those sleeves and that number. The sleeves look so weird in Madden 25. They look like the pads end too early. Like they don't even go past their shoulders. They like stop at their shoulders. You know what I'm trying to say? Maybe I'm crazy, but I'm changing your number. I don't want to, I hate that they move things. Where do you change their jersey? Please tell me I can. Oh, apparel. I'm smart. But yeah, he's a very good player. Ben Coles, was this just a really strong draft class? I feel like I've drafted players ranked like 14 and they were a 75 overall, but Coles was ranked like 17 and he's a 78. Of course, very fast, good man, good zone, good player. I mean, how can you not be if you have all those boxes checked? Then Mike Young, 73, like he's decent. That was a fine pick. Hidden dev. But here's the weird thing. Callaway's better than, oh yeah, I guess we knew that. Never mind. Yeah, Callaway's better than Beltran. I thought for sure Beltran would be better. I keep forgetting that I already knew where all these players were ranked. I'm just not used to it because, you know, just like 3 days ago, you still didn't know what player or how good players were until after the draft. So I'm glad they at least added that back, and then they'll remove it again and then add it back as a feature. Probably in 3 years they'll remove it, then 3 years later they'll add it back. So 2027 it'll be gone, 2031 it'll be back. That's my, if I get that right, that's crazy. That's weird if I get that right. But our last pick, we went out with a bang. Evan Howard has 87 short route running, 97 agility, 94 acceleration. What? How was this dude not a first round pick? I mean, you know, steals happen all the time in real life, but that's interesting. I mean, if there is a draft steal at receiver, they usually are slot types, usually. But I mean, 6th round is crazy. But all right, that was a long off season. Let's get into year number 2. And I'm excited. I do not think we're going to be good this year because the team still isn't good, but should we leave the 12 overall starting? This is the dilemma I always have. Should I leave the 12 overall starting, or should I fill out the rest of the team with free agents? You know what? I want to be good this year, or at least as good as we can be. Let's get some UDFAs slash, you know, unsigned free agents in here, and let's try to make this team good immediately. Most of the time, I just leave the 12 overall starting if we can't replace them in the offseason, but let's see what we can do. Why not? Hold on. There's another Kavanaugh at quarterback. Mac Kavanaugh. What was our guy's name? Kyle Kavanaugh. They don't look super similar, but they are the same age. Are they twins, or is that just an interesting coincidence? That's a weird last name for a coincidence. I don't know. But here's a look at the team heading into year 2. You know, we went straight from a 0 overall to a 74. I feel like I always say that after the first year, like, oh, we went from a 0 to enter what we are now, but it is always interesting to see how much you can improve in just one off season. Now, there are still massive flaws with this team, which is pretty much every position because nobody's really developed here yet, obviously. But honestly, by the end of this year, we could be decent already. I don't know, because we don't have that many draft picks because we didn't trade down as much as I usually do, but it depends on what dev traits these players have. We'll see. Also, I'm thinking about starting Beltran, even though he is a lower overall, because of course he's a blocking tight end, and we all know, at least I'm sure most of you know, how good blocking tight ends dev traits usually are in Madden. So is there anywhere we could play him that isn't tight end? I mean, fullback, but that wouldn't really do much. We could play him at like guard or something. Probably a little small for that at 240. He's a 243 pound. What? He's a blocking tight end at 243? That's interesting. I mean, if you're that good of a blocker at 243, maybe you should bulk up to like 300 and play tackle or something. I don't know. But yeah, this is a very interesting team. We signed some decent free agents like AJ Epinesa, Nick Cross. Marco Wilson is a decent overall for some reason. Justin Ross and John Mechie, which that's really cool. Matt Hennessy, the GOAT. So yeah, some fun free agents, but nobody too crazy. But anyways, that's that's enough yapping about the team. Let's finally get into the season. And I think there's a chance we could win a couple games this year. But let's find out. Let's get to the midseason point of year number 2, and we will see how this team does. I guess I did the team breakdown at week 1 of the preseason before we cut players, but I'm probably just gonna cut most of the 12 overalls, so whatever. But okay, at the midseason point, we are 2-5. Or no, we're 3-3. I'm still stuck in the Giants rebuild from a couple days ago. Madden 25 rebuilds have been exceptionally scarring. I don't know why. Maybe that's dramatic. It's definitely dramatic, but I don't know. I'm speaking from experience. Also, I don't know how we're 3-3 with a 76 overall team. The Giants have an 82 and they're 2-5. Or no, we have a 77, but still. Y'all ever just like have a water bottle and it like pops and it scares the shit out of you? That just happened. I don't know if it came through on the mic, but that was loud. But we already have a lot of re-signings here. Just everyone we signed as free agents. We'll see out of this group who we want to bring back. I mean, we should get another really big rookie class. It should be even bigger than last year. But I'm gonna be honest with you. We have the 9th best offense. It's a 79 overall. I might bench some players here because I want a good pick. I want the number 1 overall pick. I think we're already past that point. Larry Grant has X Factor, apparently. Pretty good pick there. And Kyle Kavanaugh. Should I just keep scrolling through here? No, maybe I shouldn't. I think that was it. But that was a pretty good draft class. Yeah, I would say so. Ooh, I really wanted Floyd to have Superstar, but he's still good. That was still a really good value pick, obviously. Let's start Beltran for the rest of the year to try to tank a little bit. And who's like a younger player we could throw in somewhere? I guess Poyer, and I don't know. I guess that's about it. I just don't want to tank anyone's development if they're a young player. I don't know if that move will be enough for us to tank. We'll just leave the team, honestly. We'll just see what happens. Sometimes you naturally tank in Madden because the simulation's weird. I mean, I know teams can act different one half of the year to another, but it seems like every year the team acts different, like wildly different first half of the year to the second half. You can go like 5-2 in the first half of the year and still finish like 8-9. Usually if that happens in real life, it's because of injuries too, so I don't know. But let's get to the end of the year and hopefully we don't somehow make the playoffs with by far the worst roster in the league, but it wouldn't surprise me at all. I'm expecting it. I think it's going to happen. I mean, now that I said that, it probably won't happen, but we'll see. Damn, it's almost 1 in the morning. I need to not do this. Okay, we finished 6-11 in year number 2, though. Still, we should not have 6 wins with... I want to see how horrible 78 overall is compared to the rest of the league. Okay, the Broncos only have an 81, surprisingly. What happened? Wait, do they have a 62 overall starting QB? That'll do it. I see why they had the worst. I guess they just had the worst offense in general. Huh. So yeah, we did choke mostly. I still wish we finished like 3-14 after the midseason, but we should have a good enough pick. But Kyle Kavanaugh still did well. Almost 4,200 yards, 29 touchdowns, 11 picks. Good year. Chuba Hubbard wasn't great, but I mean, what could we really expect? Not like he's running behind a great O-line. I don't even know if that matters in Madden, but let's pretend it does. Evan Howard as a rookie, almost 1,400 yards, 10 touchdowns, and even Karifi Floyd 1,100 yards, 6 touchdowns, 700 for Justin Ross. I mean, even he did really well. And then blocking, of course, our highest overall lineman allowed the least sacks. I guess that's not true. Dahlman's better, and I mean, at least he's a left tackle. But Steve Allen, I mean, it's not like he's great, but he was playing right guard and he's up to a 72. He allowed 4 sacks. Who was playing right guard for us? Who was it? Was it Brandon Cooks? No, he was our left tackle. I don't know. Whoever was at right guard and allowed 1 sack. Someone who's 72 overall better allowed 4, so make that make sense. I don't know. Not that 4 is horrible, but you get what I'm saying. But Mike Young, 119 tackles, TFLs 19 for Derek Barnett, 17 for Epinesa, 14 for Lawrence, and sacks 6.5 for Epinesa led the team. Derek Barnett had 2.5 in 1,000 snaps. I always gotta be petty. How many snaps did Derek Barnett play in real life, and how many sacks did he get? Because I think he actually did pretty well for the Texans this year. Okay, he played, I'm looking at preseason, 415 snaps. Oh, and he only got 2.5 sacks? I mean, to be fair, that's 400 compared to 1,000, but I thought he got more than that. Hey, rare Madden W, kind of, almost, if you ignore the amount of snaps they played, or he played. But Marco Wilson led the team with 2 picks, and then 1 for 5 different players. Only 1 from Coles, though. I'm kind of disappointed. Same with Grant. Only 1 for Grant. He did not do very well, but at least he has X Factor. I feel like the super high overall safeties always play horribly. I don't know what it is, but all those like 80-something overall safeties I draft, they're never good. They do not play well. But yearly awards, these are gonna be really important. So MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes. Ooh, I keep wanting to say Matt Kavanaugh. Kyle Kavanaugh at number 7. Evan Howard at number 5 for Offensive Player of the Year. Kyle Kavanaugh at number 8. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Aiden Hutchinson. The positive thing is NFC Defensive Player of the Year isn't gonna be either DeMarcus Lawrence or Micah Parsons every single year. It'll be a little different here, so that's good. But Evan Howard obviously wins Offensive Rookie of the Year, with Kyle Kavanaugh at 2 and Karifi Floyd at number 3. We top 3. Anthony Beltran at 6, Alex Callaway at 7. We'll take it. And then nobody really up here for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Mike Young at number 5, but also Ben Coles at 10. I almost missed him. We definitely had, well, I guess we just had more offensive rookies, but we definitely had more success on offense than defense. Our offense was at least okay. Our defense was the worst in the league, at least in terms of points per game. Ooh, and my plan definitely worked out. I should have started him from the jump. I told you, I don't know why I didn't. Did I accidentally reorder the depth chart before the year? Because I feel like I did set him as the starter and then, I don't know. Either way, he ended up starting at least, so that's cool. And then on defense, man, all these normals look ugly. At least we have 2 non-normals, but that's a lot of bronze. Not what you want to see. But let's get into the second offseason here. And I don't know, man, if it's a good free agent class, we'll see what we can do. Because, I mean, we're still the worst overall in the league, and once we make the team better, we'll probably do worse somehow. But if we can have, like, a serviceable defense and this good of an offense, we could be cooking. So we might go super hard for defense this year. Also, I've been ignoring, like, every storyline because these take way too long to do all of them. What's this one, though? This is going to be a stupid one where I accidentally give our team minus 10 morale. Oh, God, I hate this one. Make sure we win the draft. 80 plus in the first 3 rounds. That's more doable than the other one. That's the one I always go with. Last year, we would have hit either one, though, so I don't know. Oh, I was like, ooh, we get some upgrades. It's Kalen Carson and Deuce Vaughn who can't be upgraded. Wait, did we not get any upgrades for... Oh, maybe it already spent them for, like, Offensive Rookie of the Year and stuff. Okay. Evan Howard went straight up to Superstar Dev. Doesn't look like he got that much XP. Only 6,800 for as good as he did is kind of crazy, but I guess we'll take it. Did we gain any other dev traits? Jack Gibbons and Marco Wilson, I guess. That's cool. And Antonio Johnson. But let's see who we want to re-sign. We might re-sign a few players here. We have 230 mil in cap, so we should be able to get some players, but we'll re-sign Antonio Johnson. He did well. Don't know how much more he's going to develop, but might as well if he gained a dev trait. Jack Gibbons, same deal, same logic. 3 years, 18 mil. I mean, he's really cheap. AJ Epinesa did surprisingly okay, I guess. Did he do well enough to justify keeping him, though? He probably won't take neutral, but if he does, I'll bring him back. He does? Okay, cool. Marco Wilson, already 27, which is crazy to me, but I mean, I think he's still like 25 or 6 or something, probably 25 in real life. Still weird to see. I would guess he's like 22, but he resigns. And then Malcolm Kuntz got done dirty in this game. That was hard for me to say. I don't know why. I don't know what his overall is, but I have him at like a 77 in my rosters. But let's see. This guy was a pretty good UDFA. He developed a surprising amount. I think he was only like a 66 before. That's really weird. He went up to that's like not bad. A 74? I don't know if I want to give, well, he would only be 26 by the time this is up. 4 years, 41. That's a decent amount of money though. How about player friendly? 3 years, 28. Doesn't take it. I don't know if I care. We'll see. We might re-sign him in free agency. And then everyone else I think will let go. Steve Allen was fine. He'll be fine depth, hopefully. But now in free agency, who do we want? Ooh. Oh yeah, Madden still has Jalen Ramsey at like a 97 or something crazy. I mean, that could be an option. When I use normal Madden rosters, I don't like signing players that I feel like are still too high of an overall though. Maybe that's just me. Well, I would assume that's just me because I'm sure most of y'all aren't crazy enough to waste your time making your own overalls for every single player in the league, but I don't know. That's why I don't like signing guys like Talanoa Hufanga when they're like a 90 something overall and I have him at like an 80 in my rosters. But let's see. I think my priority here is definitely going to be a running back. Which one do I want though? Sometimes Dameon Pierce is pretty great in this game. It's hard to say though because he's been the number 2. Okay, here's why I'm not going to sign Derrick Henry. He is 32 and we would probably only have him for 1 year. I'm going to take a chance on Dameon Pierce. I think it was the Texans rebuild I did where he did super well. I can't remember for sure, but I do remember him doing well. And let's see, this is a really good tackle free agent class. Ooh, it looks like Trent Brown has been good. Ooh, Zadarius Smith has been good. Now, how much much do I trust that he'll be good for us? Not at all, but we might as well try. Ooh, Travis Jones, star dev. Greg Newsome is that cheap? 11.4 mil per year? I'll take that. What? Assuming he wants to sign? Martin Emerson too? Let's just steal the Browns corners. I mean, that's a pretty good corner room to steal from. Little overrated, but let's not talk about that, but still good. Okay, this feels like a pretty good free agent class. Fills most of our needs. I don't really need to recap who we're going for because I talked over all of them pretty much. I'm yapping a lot today, but let's see who wants to sign with us. I'm sure there's somebody here who's gonna break my heart. Maybe not. We do get Trent Brown, Greg Newsome, Martin Emerson, Dameon Pierce, Travis Jones, and Kurt Carter. I think that was everyone. Ooh, Jalen Ramsey goes back to the Rams. That's interesting. Zach Tom joins a division rival, I guess. And they get DJ Reader, who's regressed all the way down to an 81. That's tough. But who didn't sign with us? One player didn't sign, right? Oh, it's just Zadarius Smith. Do you want to sign or not? Because I feel like you're not going to do well. Joe Tryon didn't sign last year. Why are edge rushers are in Madden what receivers are in real life? They're just divas. What can I say? But in the draft, I was literally going to say I should check what our draft pick that we traded for ended up being. You know, like what? That was a horrible way to explain what I was trying to say. You know what I mean, maybe. But we ended up with, not the practice squad, the number 2 overall pick from Houston. I've seen so many people making the lame Houston. We don't have a problem or shit like that. Apparently they do still have a problem here. What have people been saying? Houston, we have a football team? I don't know. But yeah, they definitely don't have one here for some reason. Are the Texans gonna be the new, I guess, Seahawks? But the Seahawks are still kind of the Seahawks in Madden. And they're not as good in real life as the Texans. Are they the new 49ers? I guess that's a comparison. But the 49ers actually look like they made the playoffs here. So I need to shut up sometimes. What are we gonna do? Well, there goes the tackle I was maybe looking at. I don't know if I was gonna take him because I focus scouted him and then I never looked at his overall. And we don't really need a tackle, but I focus scouted him because he looked insane. But I guess we'll never know. But who do we want to take here? There is a top 5 talent corner. He looks ridiculous. Like legitimately one of the better corners I've ever seen. A awareness man press zone elite speed. Or we could hopefully find a solution at edge in Luke Mobley. First round talent. He isn't fully scouted. He ran a 4.54. Oh, okay. Honestly, if you just showed me him on paper without knowing he was a first round talent, this is kind of what a lot of like 72 overall edge rushers look like. I'm like, oh, this guy looks great, and then I take him and he sucks. Apparently he's good though. I'm not gonna take him at number 2. I think I know what we're doing at number 2 though. I want to trade down though. I can't. Not with the players that are available. We're gonna take Russ Clancy, obviously. I'm gonna say bold prediction. I think he's the number 1 player in the class. I'm calling it. If he isn't, I'm gonna look stupid, but I'm calling it number 1. Skip, I don't care. Number 2, God, I mean, that's still fine. There's someone better than him though? Who? Oh, probably the guy who just went. It was probably, wait, oh, Christie. I was gonna say, were there back-to-back Clancy's taken? No, it was Christie and then Clancy. JD Christie, that sounds like a senator name or something. I don't know. Tim Turner's still here. Timmy Turner finally grew up, shortened his name for the more mature Tim. I liked the song Timmy Turner by, almost said Future, not Future, off-brand Future, Panda, or no, that's not his name, Designer, when I was like 13, but what am I talking about? The good edge rusher's gone, so I think I'm gonna trade this pick down. Where did he go? What was his name? Oh, it was Mobley. He went 1 pick before us. Great. So I'm gonna trade down pretty far, actually, because there are 2 power rushers that are both first to second round talents in, well, there are 3, or no, there are 2, I'm stupid. It's Will Hess and then John Springs. The only problem is John Springs is a year older. I would definitely prefer Hess, I think. But let's just trade down to like teen-ish. I should look who has pick 18. The Raiders. That's somehow gonna be 1 pick after he gets taken, and I'm gonna be really upset. All right, really weird trade here. We're gonna be sending our first round pick, number 6, to the Raiders. We're gonna get pick 18. We're gonna get a 2nd and a 3rd and a 5th this year, and then a 3rd next year. Definitely not not a realistic trade. A team would not be willing to part with this many picks. At least they would be stupid to, especially without getting any in return. That's just a bad, really bad strategy. Honestly, I think I would be a horrible GM. I don't know if I would be a horrible GM or a good one. Probably horrible. Being a GM seems really hard, but I would trade down unbelievable amount. Draft picks are like lottery tickets most of the time anyways. Why not just take as many as possible? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I mean, I'm not saying you should trade down 50 times and end up with 400 draft picks. There aren't even that many picks in a draft, but you know what I'm saying. I would take like 12 picks a year. I'm not really joking either. Fans would hate me because they don't like trading down. Ooh, Tim Turner's still available for some reason. That's weird. I'm not going with him though. Will Hess is still available too. Should we trade down more? Nah, I think we'll stick here. That's fine. It'll be a reach, but we've traded down enough this year, I think. We got enough picks from that one trade. We'll go with Will Hess. Now, if he has normal, I'm going to be really mad, so I shouldn't have said that because now he's going to have normal. He's ranked number 36. He has hidden dev. Okay, cool. That's what I was hoping for. What's our next pick? Oh, wait, does it not say? Oh, no, it does at the bottom. Okay. Round 2, pick 6, so 38. Oh, I thought it said Will Hess was still available, or not Will Hess, Tim Turner was still available, but he's not. There are still some other okay power rushers, 3 second to third round talents, Joe Harris, Darren Moss, and Andrew Pierce. 3 of the most generic names I've ever heard. I mean, Darren Moss goes kind of hard, but Joe Harris, Andrew Pierce, president names. But let's see. I don't know what to do. What else do we need? Ooh, let's see if we can find like a 90 overall guard or center or something. I mean, not 90, but like 82. Looks like we might have a shot. Ian Monroe, good strength, really good pass blocker, and a decent run blocker. Y'all know what I say about those type of linemen in Madden. They're pretty good. Ooh, wait. JJ Walsh. I see that B run block. I see the pass protector archetype. Strength check. Solid. Okay. Oh, well, he has good run block, but his individual attributes suck. I don't know. He might be good. And then Eli Lynn's a pass protector with B to D pass block. I'll pass. Get it? Like pass block. That's hilarious. Honestly, what is this center class? George Nielsen looks really good too. Now, I am slowly developing the strategy of not drafting linemen at all and maybe just going with horrible linemen because they play better, but I don't know. Okay, this dude ran a 4.86 at 322 pounds. That's normal, definitely. All right, I want a lineman. There could also be like an 80-something overall safety. Jamarian Wall looks pretty good, but probably not 80 good. And I don't really see any great strong safeties. Some decent ones like maybe Miller and Grant, but I need to quit yapping and make my pick. Let's go with Monroe. That's who we're gonna take. I don't think he's an 80, I'll say that, but I think he's good. So we'll take him. Ranked 21, picked at 38. As always, does not look like him. I wonder when they're gonna change that, but and I wonder when they're gonna stop making them look like they literally have like a grandpa stance or something. Like stood out wide, trying to not fall over or something. I don't know. But oh, how did I miss these players? They're 4 first to second round talent outside linebackers. I noticed Shields. How did I miss these 3 right under him? Is this a glitch? It wouldn't surprise me, actually. How did I just not notice them? Now, I don't think we should take all of them because that would be just too many, but let's just go with the top 1, Terry Shields. Elite speed, change direction, agility, and acceleration. Awareness, man, play rec, catching for whatever that's worth, zone coverage. We'll take him. Quit announcing the pick. I don't care. And that was fine. He was definitely more of a second round talent than a first. Ranked 41, picked at 50. Sure. All right, I think I've lost my inspiration to pick this year. I've lost my desire, my will. I'm bored of this draft. Bradley Richard looks pretty good, though. What's your speed? Oh, and how is 4.5 speed good with elite acceleration? That makes no sense. Like, the only argument against it is like, I've made this argument so many times, but the only thing is like, you know, sometimes players run a good 40, but don't play as fast as that. Xavier Worthy kinda, a little bit. And you know, some guys don't run a good 40, but play faster than that. Maybe they're hurt or just they're not good at running 40s, but like that doesn't happen much, at least not dramatically. And this 4.5 speed is gonna be like 92 speed, 95 or 6 acceleration. Like, that's crazy. I wish they would have changed that. That's another one of my least favorite things in this game, which there are about 15,000 I can name. I'm sure y'all know about that. But, you know, because he has good speed and elite acceleration, I'm gonna take him because I think he's good. Ranked 18, picked him at 70. Okay, he only has 91 speed, but still, I would say a 4.5 is like 90, but the acceleration is the other thing that, maybe even 89, but you should have like 90 91 acceleration, 90 or 89 speed, something like that. Probably 90. I don't know. He's also going to be wearing number 27. What if I just don't like the player that I picked? Even though he's good, I just want to like undo that pick. He's also wearing the grandpa fit. His shoes really don't match it. Standing like an old man. What if I don't like the player I picked? Let's see, is that center still here? Who was the good one? It was Nielsen. Walsh is also still available. Should I try to get both? I mean, why not? Walsh, quit. I don't care. He doesn't even stay for like day 3 or whatever. Actually, yeah, he does sometimes, right? I guess we're not even day 3 yet, are we? No. Hidden Dev, ranked 35, picked at 82. Very good player. Let's pick one last center, and that's going to be my last pick for this year. It's almost 2 in the morning. George Nielsen, we'll take him. Ranked 28, so he is better. I figured, but I just wanted to take him in that order. Very good pick. All right, I'm simming the rest of this out. I'm going to bed. But here's how we did in the draft. It was very good. Russ Clancy, our first pick, is an 82 overall. Has the sleeves I hate, but 95 speed, 84 man, 80 zone is crazy. 76 press. Of course, we'll see what his dev trait is. Probably going to be star. No, it could be good. We'll see. And then Will Hess, I think he went down when I moved him from defensive end to outside linebacker to defensive end, which is interesting. Or no, he stayed the same. Never. I thought he was a 76, but 75 overall. Good player. Hidden Dev, of course. 81 power moves. That's not bad. Then Monroe is a 76. Shields is a 74. Bradley Richard is pretty good. 76 overall. Hidden Dev. We should have a really good receiving core, hopefully. And then both Walsh and Nielsen are 75 overalls, so I don't know where we're going to play them because we drafted, what, 3 centers, but we'll find somewhere. And then the CPU immediately just a 66 overall defensive end because he's a great player. Love that. I should have just kept picking. You did pick a decent defensive tackle, though. Rashard Barden. Hate that. But let's get into year 3. Is that what you're worrying? I don't know. I just woke up. I'm going to need a minute, but let's see how the team's looking, and I almost just said let's see how the team's looking again. Let's get into the season. But here's a look at the team heading into year 3. We are looking better. I wouldn't say amazing yet, but we're up to an 82, 84 offense, 81 defense. But I mean, this offense is pretty nice, and it should develop a lot throughout the year. I mean, we have 3 rookie linemen. Most of our players are just year 2 players, and we have some really good dev traits on offense, and hopefully some of these linemen have better than just star, but I guess they all might just have star. We'll see. Hopefully not, though. Same with Richard, but our defense, I don't know how well it's going to do because I don't know how well our pass rush is going to do. Hopefully Hess and Epinesa is enough to, you know, be good, but I don't know. We had like a position battle thing for AJ Epinesa, and he got morale from it, so that's cool. I don't even know if morale, like, has an impact in simulation. I mean, I don't even think overall has an impact in simulation, so probably not. But yeah, the team is much improved and should be, I don't know how good of an overall it's going to be by the end of the year. Maybe an 85 or 6, depending on how we do. We'll see. But if that's the case, I mean, we could be looking really good heading into year 4. But let's worry about this year first. Let's see how we do. We'll get to the midseason point, and hopefully we don't suck, but I guess I would still understand if we do, because we're still only an 82 overall, but we'll see. Okay, we are 4-3 at the midseason. I kind of figured that would happen because we don't have a great overall team yet, and then when we have like an 88 or something, we'll go 7-10. Can't wait. But we are already up to an 84 overall, so we're developing very quickly, as you would hope for such a young team. You know what? We could really compete this year. Let's see if there's anyone we need to bench. You already know what position I'm talking about. Oh, nothing's loading. Oh, let me close out. Game broken. Oh, okay. Okay, we're good now. Oh, Damian Pierce is doing not great. 3.6 yards per carry. But how's the blocking? Jedrick Wills is horrible. But who are we going to put at left tackle? I don't want to put Drew Dahlman at left tackle. Oh, God. Should we try Kurt Carter? It seems like my strategy works less this year than it used to, where, you know, you just bench whoever's underperforming. I don't know why, because the simulation seems exactly the same, but we'll just try Drew Dahlman. Is that realistic? No. Is this a realistic rebuild? No. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, he isn't a great pass blocker in real life, so I'm sure he'll be a great one here. Wait, what is his overall as a pass blocker? 68, yeah. Sounds good to me, unironically. Ooh, but on offense, 2 superstars on the O-line. Monroe and Walsh both have superstar dev. On defense, Shields, Hess, and Clancy all have star. Okay, that's disappointing. I was especially hoping Hess would have superstar, and I was right. Clancy did have star. Great. But let's see who we want to re-sign here. Who needs a deal? Jedrick Wills, hilarious. I don't think I've ever really withdrawn an offer, but I am for him. Drew Dahlman, we'll see. We don't really need anybody back. There aren't many starters here. Just these 2. I guess Wills isn't even a starter anymore. But let's get to the end of year number 3, and we will see if we can already make the playoffs with this team. I mean, if I'm being real, we're probably gonna collapse terribly, but hopefully that doesn't happen. Okay, well, here we are at the end of the year, and super quick before I reveal how we did in year number 3, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like on the video and be sure to subscribe. Again, 3,000 likes. Ooh, I don't know if I've ever done this before, but I might change the goal mid-video for what the goal's for. I just had a really fun idea. I don't want to spoil it though, but it's something I've done before, and it's one of the most popular videos on the channel. I might, well, if you want to see another Goofy rebuild, be sure to leave a like on the video. It'll let me know y'all want to see one. But I think I'm going to do something fun super soon. It's going to take me an eternity to set up, but I think it'll be worth it. But here's a look at the team after year number 3, or at the end of year number 3. It's not over yet. Got some decent dev traits in the draft, and in year number 3, we finished 9-8 and barely made the playoffs. Now at an 85 overall, so that was a very good guess before the year. But let's check out our season stats. I don't know what these are gonna look like. Clearly something wasn't perfect. We had a good pass D, but a horrible run D. I mean, I guess we don't have great D tackles, but we have solid run defending defensive ends and pretty good run defending linebackers. I don't know. I mean, at least our pass D wasn't the problem, because that should obviously be very good, which normally that isn't the case. Normally, if you have a really good secondary, it gets cooked in Madden. But let's check out the stats. Kyle Kavanaugh was solid. 3,800 yards, 27 touchdowns, 8 picks. Nothing crazy though, just good. Damian Pierce, almost 1,000 yards, only 3.7 per carry though, 12 touchdowns. But 1,200 yards for Howard, 7 touchdowns. Richard, 950. Floyd, 800 yards. He was okay. Monroe wasn't very good. Dahlman was, I guess, better than Wills was at left tackle by a lot, but still wasn't good. Would have allowed 10 sacks if he played a full year. Walsh, how do you see what I mean? 5 sacks allowed from right guard. Whatever 0 overall right guard we had earlier allowed 1. I mean, I know it was in like 600 and something snaps, but that would have been like 2 if he had played a whole year. Like, God, give me that guy back and we'll put him in over the 78 overall superstar pure pass protecting right guard, because apparently that'll be better. I don't know. This game drives me insane, dude. But Mike Young led the team with 105 tackles. TFL's 13 for Epinesa, 12 for Hesson Jones, 11 for Barnett, and sacks. Derek Barnett, 9.5 sacks. I think he played D tackle for us. I put him as the rush defensive tackle because he was decent there. And hey, I guess that worked out. Damn, he only played 700 snaps too. But 7.5 sacks for Hess as a rookie. This looks like a number 2 defensive player of the year type of year, or defensive rookie of the year type of year, and I'm going to be really upset when it is. But 7 sacks for Epinesa, 4 for Jones. The pass rush wasn't even that bad. Not as bad as I was expecting. And then picks, 3 for Emerson, 2 for Newsome, and then 1 for 4 different players. Interesting. But Jordan Love wins MVP. I mean, that's different at least. Offensive player of the year goes to division rival Saquon Barkley, of course. Defensive player of the year goes to Jared Verse. Interesting. Really, no Cowboys up here at all? Tough. But offensive rookie of the year goes to Bradley Richard. I'm a little surprised about that, but we'll take it. I didn't know if he was good enough, but apparently he was. I honestly half forgot that he was even a rookie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of forgot we had any rookies outside of our linemen starting, but we'll take that. That's cool. And defensive rookie of the year goes to Adam Cutler for the Falcons. Will Hess at number 2. Not like a superstar dev would have been super important for a D lineman. Terry Shields at number 7. Russ Clancy at 9. Unlucky. But we have 3 storylines. Oh, these are just, why are there 2 early season reporter interviews? Are they 2 different ones? I don't remember what I said. I don't remember what I committed to. Average 8 yards per pass attempt. Did that happen? Apparently that didn't happen. What was it? It was probably like 7.9, 7.6, whatever. Close enough. And then 30 sacks. I would assume we at least hit 30 sacks. It looked 40. Maybe not quite 40, but 2,500 XP for the D-line. We'll take it. How many was it? 32? I mean, we barely hit it, but we hit it at least. There's so many interviews or whatever. I don't care. I don't know why I'm clicking on all of them. I mean, they're kind of important, but I just don't have the attention span to sit here for this long. Kenny Clark, I don't. Pass block power, I guess, for someone. I didn't even see who it was for, but whatever. But of course, we are going to be taking on the Packers. We shouldn't lose this game, but we are the Cowboys, and we're 9-8, and we're the away team, and we're the worst overall team. We're definitely gonna win this game. Well, now that I said that, we're not gonna, but we literally check every box for winning a game in Madden. Basically the opposite of what should happen in real life. We're worse, 9-8 away, and it's the Cowboys in the playoffs. See what happens. We beat them. I called it. This game sucks. The simulation is so garbage. Holy shit. It's so predictable. predictable. You just need to be worse, and you're gonna win. All right, Eagles. Watch us make the Super Bowl with this team. Okay, no, we don't. Good. We don't deserve it yet, but we're close. More storylines. Oh my god. There are 3 every week. Kyle Kavanaugh. I didn't even look. That's probably who I would have picked, though. I think it's going to give him something. Ooh, off-season workouts here. Let's go Will Hess, definitely. I guess we'll talk to him, too. Sounds good. All right, media availability. What are they going to pressure me into promising now? Oh, it's going to be the off-season plan. I always go win the draft, and when do you even redeem the rewards for that? I must have, like, skipped over it all the time, because we've hit 80 overalls in the first 3 rounds and I just didn't get a reward for it. I don't know. But we have re-signings here. Jedrick Wills, I'm good. Drew Dahlman, honestly, I'm good. Who do I want back? Derek Barnett somehow didn't get a dev trait. That's insane. So yeah, I don't want to bring any of these guys back. I know Barnett was good, but he's not interested and old, and I just don't think he's going to repeat. But let's see who's going to be available in free agency this year. Ooh, wait, that might have just answered my question. Is Tyreek Hill going to be there? I didn't mean to scroll over, but sounds like he's one of them. I don't think we're going to sign him, but Tyreek Hill, Brian Branch, Ronnie Stanley, George Karlaftis. Okay, not as good as I was hoping, but still pretty good. What do we need, though? I mean, definitely still pass rush, probably a D tackle, but definitely a left tackle. Ooh, Richard got superstar dev. That's cool. Definitely a running back. Damian Pierce sucked. Mostly just D-line, O-line, and running back. Thankfully, there isn't a running back. That's always good. God, should we sign Ronnie Stanley? I have some bad experiences with him, as I do with most linemen in this game, because they all suck. How about Joel Bitonio, maybe? He allowed 8 sacks at left guard, apparently. Not sure about that one. How about Elton Jenkins? He also allowed 8 sacks. What? Ricky Stromberg is an 82 overall here? What? What do they have him at in their normal rosters? That's crazy. I don't think we'll be signing George Karlaftis. Looks like he's horrible. And we could sign Brian Branch if we really wanted to, but like, we don't need more DBs. We have enough. We have arguably too many. So these are the 2 players we're gonna go for. It's disappointing, but like, there wasn't a good edge rusher and there wasn't a good running back. So what can you really do? But Ronnie Stanley and Aleem McNeil, do they want to sign? They do, and we obviously get both of them. So those are 2 massive upgrades, assuming they play as well as they should, which probably not, but hopefully they do. So now up to an 86 overall. Let's get to the draft, and I don't know what position we are gonna draft. Probably edge, but we'll see. I'm thinking about doing something interesting too. We'll see. But here in the draft, this is going to be an interesting one. We're not going to trade up or anything. There are some good players early, though. Like, I would want Dakota Arsenault, crazy name, but, you know, we can't really trade up to the #1 pick. I mean, we could, but that would sacrifice, like, our entire next 3 drafts, but that would be nice. But I think we're just going to sim to our pick. We're going to see who's available, and we will assess the talent based on who's there. Okay, so there are some pass rushers I see. There is Khalil Jones, who's a 2nd to 3rd round projection, but he's a 1st to 2nd round talent. I like that. Ooh, I never focus scouted Milstead. Maybe I should have. I didn't because he had C to F tackling, but I don't know. He looks pretty good. He's just not very fast, but elite strength. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna take one of these 2 though. I might have a different plan. I don't know. My plan's kind of weird. I don't know how it's gonna work out, but we'll see. Okay, we are gonna be trading our 1st round pick and a 5th round pick for Greg Rousseau from the Bills and a 6th round pick. The reason we're trading for him is obviously because our pass rush hasn't been great, and he was like the 3rd highest sack getter in the league. Now he's probably going to get more like 8 for us, but I guess that would still be an upgrade. I tried to trade for Max Crosby, but I do get Max Crosby a lot, and we couldn't really get him for the same package we did for Greg Rousseau. It would have been a lot more expensive for Crosby and Verse. Okay, I don't know if he only had normal dev to begin with, but dude just had 21.5 sacks and only has star dev. How? Did he not gain a dev trait, or did he only have normal? I mean, either way, he should have gone up to superstar. He won Defensive Player of the Year and didn't get a dev trait. Huh, that's normal. Plus, I don't think the Rams would be willing to part ways with a defense. I guess this isn't a realistic rebuild, though, so that would have been fine, but whatever. I also don't trust him because his 21.5 sack season was a big outlier. But no 1st round pick this year, obviously, but it was very much worth it, especially because we have the cap. But now in round 2, ooh, there's a 1st round talent center. I mean, I focus scouted this guy. I kind of forgot about that, but Bradley Underwood, I don't know where he would play, but to be fair, this team's already kind of good. Like, I don't know how many starters we could get with this pick. Maybe a defensive tackle, maybe there's a good safety, I don't know, but I mean, if there's a good player, let's take the good player, as I always say. Some of these safeties look pretty good. Well, pretty good. I kind of like Tevin Reese and Corey Barrington. Oh, okay, maybe not Reese. He is D player ec, and 4.57 speed is still good. I don't agree. Yet 4.45 is also just good. He ran a 4.39 at his pro day. This shit drives me insane. I hate that so much. But we'll just go with Bradley Underwood. I mean, like I said, let's just take a good player. And we always need too many offensive linemen because we're gonna have to bench someone, obviously. But ranked 17, got him at 58. Great pick. We'll take it. Unfortunately, I think that defensive end's gonna be gone, but I mean, we already traded for Greg Rousseau, so that's fine. Oh no, he isn't gone. I mean, we could take him. I don't think he would ever play, but he might. I mean, why not? If we can find a good player, let's take a good player. He's already 23, but ranked 48, got him at 78. That's good. It only gave me a B-. He only has normal dev too. That's a whatever pick. That's boring. I mean, it was still good technically, but that's boring. And let's see, what else do we need? Am I overlooking anything? We kind of need a defensive tackle a little bit. I'm sure there's some really good players here that I'm just too lazy to go and seek out. Quan Shepard looks pretty good. What's your speed? Nope. Nope. No thanks. Tommy Ziegler. He looks okay. We don't need another corner. I might just simulate this out. I don't know if I want anyone here. Everyone looks kind of mid at this point. I mean, again, I'm sure there's someone, but I don't know if I care. Josh Compton looks good at running back. Ooh, maybe not. F juke move, C to F spin. Okay, maybe not. Is he like labeled wrong? He looks like a power back. He has A stiff arm and B trucking. This is a power back. I don't know. I picked a running back. Oh, apparently that was a good pick. I just picked one that had A awareness and then a few other A ratings. Okay, of course he has normal dev, but he's ranked 13. Got him at 90. We just got unlucky with dev traits this year, but we traded our first round pick away. Who cares? Let's simulate the rest out. But here's how he did in the draft. It was decent. Was this a bad draft class? A first to second round talent was only a 74 this year. Guess that's about right, but Underwood's a 76, Jones a 74, and then Overstreet a 77. That's really all you need to know. The rest of the draft, the CPU picked it. I mean, it picked an okay QB, but like, how much do we need a backup quarterback? Not really. That was certainly a draft. I do actually want to see if there were any good players or if this was horrible. I mean, I'm sure there were good players, but okay, it wasn't great. I was looking at Woodyard. Wait, okay, I might have made the wrong pick there, but Overstreet's still good. Or no, Woodyard was gone. Was there another Woodyard? Wait a minute. No, I don't know. Never mind. But Arsenault's crazy, 83 overall. There were a lot of good running backs. I guess I didn't even see Eric Feeney. Oh, he went second round. Never mind. I'm confusing myself for no reason. I do that way too much. I think we got the best running back that was available, but I don't know how much that matters anyways, because Madden drafted running backs absolutely suck. So that was certainly a draft. Ooh, Kavanaugh got 6,000 XP though, heading into the year for the off-season workout or whatever. Also +5 injury. Who cares? We don't have injury on. I've thought about trying it for a rebuild, but I don't know. But here's a look at the team heading into year 4. Up to an 87 overall, 88 offense, 87 defense. Looking good. I wouldn't be shocked if we missed the playoffs this year, as sad as that is to say, just because that's how Madden is. But I do want to check one thing in a second. Where do we rank now at an 87 overall? Okay, the Ravens have an 89. Same with the Lions. The Jags have an 87. That's interesting. The Eagles and Falcons and 49ers all have 87s. The Chiefs have an 89. So we're about like top 10-ish, like in the 5 to 12 range maybe in terms of overall. So we should be, you know, about like a top 10 team in terms of performance. Hopefully at least like 10 wins or something. And we should even develop throughout the year. So we should end up being even better than that, because we're probably the youngest team in the league by a lot still. I mean, I guess we have a few really old players that drag us down, but the majority of this team is super young. But we'll have to see how this team does. You know, we made big improvements like Greg Rousseau, Aleem McNeil, Ronnie Stanley. Oh yeah, we also found a pretty good free agent, Jalen Gregory, 79 overall receiver. He got cut by whatever team he was on, so he'll be a good 4th receiver. But let's get into the year. Let's get to the midseason point of year 4, and hopefully we do well. That's all I ask. Can't wait to be 2-5 at the midseason. Okay, we are 6-1 at the midseason. Our first loss, unfortunately, coming to the Bills, 21-13. 14, a week after beating the Saints 27-0. Crazy. But y'all know what we gotta do. Let's check out the season stats. Let's check out the blocking more specifically. I keep wanting to say Matt Kavanaugh. Kyle Kavanaugh, 18 touchdowns, only 2 picks so far. But blocking, that's why I checked. Let's bench Ronnie Stanley, our highest overall lineman, allowing 7 sacks in 5 games. Or, no, I guess it's 7 games, but like 500 snaps is what I meant to say, but it's not even that many. So we'll bench him. I don't know who we're gonna bench him for. I guess we'll put Nielsen at left tackle. Could go worse. Even if it does, might as well try to improve a little bit. But yeah, we're still doing super well despite our O-line being kind of bad. Like, those were not great numbers. How many times has he been sacked? Already 16, on pace for probably 36, something like that. Not great, especially when our O-line is arguably one of our strongest positions. But we have some re-signings here. AJ Epinesa, maybe we'll bring back. Trent Brown, he's been pretty good. Madden has him at a really high overall. I don't know if he's actually a 90 in the game, but if he is, that's a little crazy. I'll re-sign him at the end of the year because he should regress, and I don't like re-signing linemen at the mid-season because it always makes them play horribly in the second half of the year, but he's like really the only important player we have to re-sign. Next year we're gonna have to, if there is, you know, a year 6, because next year will be 5, obviously, and then if we're re-signing him, that'll be for year 6. You know what I'm trying to say. But all right, let's get to to the end of the year from the mid-season point, I guess, and we will see if we cannot choke, but I'm always scared. Okay, finally, we finished the year 14-3. Now up to a 90 overall from an 87 at the start of the year, so we definitely developed a decent amount. 92 offense, 90 defense. I mean, maybe a 90 defense. Sometimes it shows the wrong number there and it just shows the team overall in place of the defense. Yeah, it is only an 88. Okay, because I was like, how does that make sense? But we were very, very good this year. Oh, you know what? I might have forgot to reorder the depth chart, but hey, I'm not gonna touch it if it's been working. Okay, I definitely did, but I'm not gonna touch it. It said it about how I would have though, so I guess that's fine. Yeah, that works. But let's check out our season stats on the year. So Kyle Kavanaugh, 4,300 yards, 39 touchdowns, only 7 picks, 74 completion percentage. Very good year. Ooh, Dameon Pierce, much better than last year. Almost 1,300 yards, 4.6 per carry, 8 touchdowns. Very good. Almost 1,300 yards for Evan Howard, 7 touchdowns. 1,100 for Richard, 13 touchdowns. 950 for Floyd, 7 touchdowns. Very good receiving numbers. Blocking, Monroe was not very good. I don't know, we've had not great left guard play this whole time. JJ Walsh wasn't good either. 5 sacks from right guard. Again, year 1, 0 overall right guard, 1 sack. 83 playing up to an 86 overall right guard, who's a pure pass protect, 5 sacks allowed. At least Trent Brown and, Nielsen was really good at left tackle. Underwood was good too. But Mike Young led the team with 108 tackles, 102 for Emerson. TFLs, 19 for Rousseau, 16 for Hess, 13 for Jones, 12 for McNeil. And sacks, 10.5 for Rousseau, so definitely not nearly as good as he was last year, of course, but that's never gonna happen. So at least he was solid, but 6.5 for Hess, 5.5 for Jones, and words are not coming out. Jones and McNeil. And then interceptions, 3 for Clancy, 2 for Young and Grant, and then 1 for a couple players. Both of the Browns corners. But MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes. Kavanaugh at number 3. Justin Fields up here. That's interesting. The Steelers never replaced him, and apparently that worked out for him. Offensive player of the year goes to Jalen Hurts. Rondale Moore on the Vikings at number 2. Okay. Kavanaugh at number 4. Richard at 7. Defensive player of the year goes to Aiden Hutchinson. Offensive rookie of the year goes to Matthew Thorne for the Panthers. And no Cowboys up here for defensive rookie of the year. We just didn't really have many rookies. I mean, we did, but none of them got any playing time really because the team's too good. But we have some recaps here for things I promised earlier. I always love making big promises. That always goes well. Less than 25 red zone touchdowns. We didn't meet the goal, so I guess it wasn't. Okay, well, I figured we wouldn't. That was not an easy goal necessarily. No identity in the top right for Mike Young. That's tough. And what's this one? What are you gonna hate on me for now? Taking advantage of the bye week? Oh, a secret weapon. Probably Richard has the best chance. He isn't even our slot receiver, is he? He's just our third receiver. Whatever. I guess catching. I don't know. I should have gone deep route because that's his scheme, right? Whatever. But finally, let's see who we're going to be taking on in the playoffs. Oh no. It's going to be the 9-8 Minnesota Vikings at only an 86 overall. They're the away team. I wonder how this game's going to go. No idea. Surely we'll win because we're the much better team at home. Oh no. I do want to check one thing before this game. We'll see if we go to a year 5, though. I mean, if we do well enough this year, if we, you know, win a Super Bowl or something, then this might be the last year. But the Lions are the same overall as us at a 90. Same with the Chiefs, but we are now officially tied for the highest overall team in the league. We're the exact same as the Lions, 92 offense, 88 defense, and the Chiefs, also exactly the same, 92 offense, 88 defense. So we are perfectly tied. But we have a defensive coordinator message here. Okay, focus on the D-line being ready. I don't know if that's gonna be enough to overcome this, but we will see. Hopefully. Power moves, finesse moves. I'll go power moves. We have like 5 power rushers and 1 speed rusher. Oh, it's only for the next game. I mean, I guess that would have been kind of broken if it just permanently gave all of our D linemen plus 5 power moves. But I mean, that's cool either way. I'm dreading this game. We know what's gonna happen. Let's just rip the band-aid off and we'll get into year 5. All right, let's get to it. Next time we face a 9-8 team in the playoffs, I'm force winning it if we're considerably better. I do not care. The Vikings made the Super Bowl at an 86 overall 9-8 team. What is happening? They thankfully lost, but oh my God. I'm force winning it. I do not care. Make sure we win the draft. That's just, it's what I always pick and we never hit it. We don't even need difference makers in the draft. We just need to play as well as we should, which we did in the regular season, but I mean, hey, maybe it is realistic. You know, we're the Cowboys, so we lost in the playoffs. It's just frustrating because the Cowboys always win in the playoffs in Madden usually. But for re-signings, we still have a crazy amount of money. We'll pick up the 5th year for Kavanaugh and we'll re-sign. Ooh, it looks like Trent Brown retired. That sucks, but I guess that'll give us something to do in the offseason at the very least. So let's see who is going to be available. I don't know what I just clicked. Oh, we don't have an offensive or defensive coordinator. But all right, let's see who's available in free agency for this final free agent class. We really need a right tackle. So who's available? Ooh, Jahmyr Gibbs. Ooh, he's not great in this game. Dameon Pierce was better, but how much do I trust Dameon Pierce? This year was a big outlier on how he's played. James Cook, I don't think is very good in this game. No, not at all. Cooper DeJean is here. That's interesting. Terry and Arnold. Cooper Beebe, we could bring him back to the Cowboys. Tyke Smith. Michael Penix is here. Interesting free agent class. Theo Johnson. I kind of do want Cooper Beebe, though. We'll figure something out at right tackle. God, we might as well just go absolutely insane here. I mean, we have so much money left over. Let's just spend all of it. It's going to be way too many players. We're probably going to have to cut some good ones, but I mean, that's not a bad problem to have the team be too good and too deep. Or that's not a bad problem to have. I don't know what I said. I might have said not a good problem to have. You know what I mean, maybe. That is a good problem to have. I need to record at night more. I feel out of it in the morning. Ooh, Chris Braswell's really good in this game, right? No. Okay, cool. I don't know why I thought he was. We still have 29 mil left, but I don't know what to do with it. No, I want Jahmyr Gibbs. The Cardinals have a big offer, though. What if we just give him a ridiculous amount of money? I mean, this isn't that. I mean, it is ridiculous for a running back, but he's only asking like 11 mil a year. What if we double that? That still doesn't compete with the whatever. Well, if he doesn't take that, then he's stupid, but he probably won't. But all right, Jahmyr Gibbs, Cooper DeJean, Josh Downs, Cooper Beebe, Tyke Smith, Jack Campbell, Dominic Pooney, Mekhi Wingo, Joey Bosa, Mason Smith, and Cedric Gray. We're gonna go for a crazy amount of players. We had like 140 mil, and honestly, I'm surprised we can get this many players with. I mean, 140 mil is good, but I didn't know it was this good. Players are way too cheap. Like, Cooper DeJean's only asking 11 mil, yet like Wingo's asking 16. I don't know. Wait, did both of these guys get drafted by the Jags? I can't remember. Or no, the Jags drafted Smith and like Jefferson or something. Yeah, I don't love that. I didn't love those picks. Those were two of my least favorite of the draft. And whatever the hell the Falcons did. Like Michael Penix at 8 when you already have Cousins and then Rukarororo trading up for him. Like, that's... But anyways, let's see if all these players want to sign. Please. Okay, so don't get Gibbs, but we get DeJean, Downs, Beebe, Smith, Pooney, Wingo, Bosa, and Gray. I don't know what we're going to do with the money we have left. We still have... Who else rejected us? Campbell. He went to the Bills. There must have been someone else too, right? No, I think that was it. Deshaun Watson to the Seahawks. No thanks. I don't want James Cook. He's horrible in this game. How does Blake Corum do? He hasn't developed much. He's only a 73. I don't know how he's done. He's always been a backup. He would be, I guess, a good 2. I don't know. We need something to do with this money, or else it's just going to go to waste. Isaiah Simmons, maybe. Nope, the Dolphins are interested. Zaire Franklin. Braxton Jones, I guess. What if we just have like a full starting offensive line as our backup offensive line? That's most of the time what you have to do. Christian Haynes, sure. All right. Haynes, Jones, Corum, Franklin, and Smith. We get Jones, Corum, Franklin, but Christian Haynes and Mason Smith still aren't signing. How about now? Okay, now we get both of them. So that is a way too over the top free agent class. class, but why not just make this team ridiculous? Because that's more fun. And again, this isn't a realistic rebuild. I feel the need to reiterate that. You know what we could do is restructure all these deals. Do I care? Like, we could sign a ton more players, but who are we even going to sign at this point? This team is one of the best I've ever built, honestly. I mean, we could sign like, oh no, Jaden Hicks signed. Okay. All right, I'm done. We're good. That's fine. Let's get to the draft. And I might even trade this pick away because we do still have one maybe need, at least one need that I don't trust. Okay, we are going to give up. This is definitely too much. We're going to give up our first round pick for Josh Jacobs. He's 30 years old at running back. And yeah, that's all that needs to be said. I think he would probably go for a 5th round pick in real life at this point, but we're giving up a first for some reason, but it'll be worth it. If you don't know, Josh Jacobs is maybe the best running back in this game. Also, Jonathan Taylor. Apparently, Isaiah Pacheco's really good here. He's up to a 99, which is crazy. Ooh, looks like Jalen Warren is good here. That's rare. He's normally horrible whenever I sign him, but he's done well here. But new running back. So let's get into the final draft here, and I might only take like one pick. I don't even know what the one pick is going to be. I don't know what we need. We're good. Let's go with, it's going to take a while to get to our pick. Let's go with sure, Chase Ford's a first round talent. Why not? Rank 19, got him at 60. Do we need more linemen? Not even close, but this team is just, again, I've said it a million times, but what can we really add to this team? I might make one more pick just to see if there's anything else at all, but I don't know, man. We're good. There's a 2nd to 3rd round talent linebacker. This is just going to be like a fine pick. Sure. It's announcing it. I don't care. Rank 72. Sure. Let's sim it out. But here's a look at the team heading into the final year of the rebuild. This team, we are up to a 91 overall, which I've definitely had better overall teams, but this one is just, this might be the deepest team I've ever built. I mean, literally, we could throw in all of our backups and it would still probably be like an 87 overall team or something. Like, this is a disgusting team. And you know what? We can make it even better. Let's put DeJean at free safety. He'll be like an 88 there, apparently. That'll be an upgrade. And then that's probably it. I think we're good now, but, well, we could also put Franklin at outside linebacker. Sure, why not? But yeah, 91 offense, 91 defense, 91 overall. I'm surprised it's not even better than that, but what more can we even do to this team? I guess we could trade away our upcoming first round pick too, but that would be a little, I'd feel like cheating a little bit because we're not going to use that pick because this is the last year, but where does a 91 rank? The Ravens actually have us beat. I mean, they're also a 91, but they have a 91 offense, 92 defense. That's insane. I mean, we should be able to pass them up because I bet we're, you know, a lot younger of a team than them, but what is happening with the Ravens here? The Chiefs are also a 90, but we're obviously better than that. So we are, I guess, tied for the highest overall team in the league, but we aren't number 1, which that's insane. But all right, y'all have seen the team enough times. Let's get into the final year. Let's just get straight to the end of the season. I'll get to the midseason to bench whoever's massively underperforming. We're probably going to be like 2-5 at the midseason, but let's get to the end of the year and we will see what happens. Oh my God. I was joking. Do you want to see what we started? Do you want to see what our record was at the midseason? The amount of predictions I've gotten right today is a little scary. We started out not only 2-5, but we started out 0-5 with the tied for the best roster in the league. How? We thankfully we won the last 6 games in a row, as we should have. We should have finished like 14-3 this year. We finished 10-7. We at least made the playoffs. Simulation in this game, if you haven't heard me say it a million times already, is so bad. Like, unbelievably. Kyle Kavanaugh was really good. That's cool. Josh Jacobs sucked at the midseason, but got much better. Howard was good. Richard almost had 1,000 yards. Downs 950. We benched Cooper. He allowed 7 sacks in 390 snaps. Keep in mind, he is an 86 overall and the 7th best center in the league. If I speak, I will be in trouble. But Mike Young led the team with 123 tackles. TFLs 18 for Hess, 12 for Rousseau, 11 for McNeil, 10 for Shields, 10 for Bosa. Sacks 9 for Greg Rousseau, who had 19 for the Bills in 2026. He has barely totaled that over the last 2 years here. Hess only 5.5 sacks, 4.5 for McNeil, 4 for Bosa. That's cool. Interceptions 2 for Young, Grant, and Clancy, 1 for Emerson and Franklin. MVP goes to Lamar. Kavanaugh Kavanaugh at 6. I feel defeated. Ayuk wins Offensive Player of the Year. Kavanaugh at 4. Howard at 8. No Cowboys for Defensive Player of the Year. This has been... I'm gonna do something rare. I'm gonna do something I've never done before. Do I want to, or are people gonna cry about it? People are definitely gonna cry about it. We're 4 overall better than the Falcons. Do we have a playoff win? I don't know that we do. And like, I would change the playbooks here, but with the 5th best scoring offense and the 5th best scoring defense, like there isn't necessarily a problem there. Even though I do feel like our defense is a big problem. The yards per game allowed are not bad. So I guess we've just been losing like close games. That's the best guess I have. Or we've like lost close games and then blown out teams when we beat them. I guess it is kind of what happened when we looked at the schedule. This is stressful. This is one of the most stressful franchises I've ever done, which says a crazy amount. I don't want to finish the rebuild with one, or I don't know if we have a playoff win. Forcing a win is so lame though, but you cannot argue for a millisecond that we don't deserve to win this game. Whatever happens, happens. I'm not gonna force it. Let's get one look at the team before our inevitable demise here. Let's see, we're up to a 93 overall, 95 offense, 92 defense. This team is of course ridiculous, as I've said a million times now, but it's ridiculous how much we're underperforming. Kavanaugh now up to a 99, by the way. Just want to point that out too. I didn't think he could hit a 99 because he was, 23 to start out, but a top 3 QB, a 99 is only top 3. It's interesting. Also, Tyke Smith's hairline is crazy. Sorry. But all right, let's rip the Band-Aid off. I'm accepting fate with open arms here. Is this the end of our first 0 overall rebuild? It is. But hey, I can sleep well at least knowing I did my job here today.